Hello and welcome back, or welcome if you're new. If you're new here, my name is Elena and I'm the homeschooling mama to 3 kiddos. Here on the channel we talk about everything from homeschooling to homemaking, all the things in between. Today, from the title you can see, we're going to talk about our goals. Can you hear the airplane? Okay, let's get into it. Okay, I think the plane has passed, but who knows? So let's talk about our November goals. But first, let's wrap up and see how October did. October, I had some really high hopes for myself. I really thought that unpacking was going to go so much more smoother than it has been going. One, I'm not really sure where I thought I was going to find all the time to do the unpacking and like getting ourselves situated, because I just didn't find all that time. We did get some projects like halfway done, but there's still so much more to do. So first and foremost, I think the overarching goal for November is going to be to finish getting unpacked and get some kind of new rhythm or routine set into our life. I know I use those words a lot, but it's what we're looking for. It's what I've been hoping for. So we've really been hoping and trying to slow down a little bit and find our new rhythms and routines. And I just have not been able to do that. And I think a lot of it is the clutter with the move. When you're in the middle of the move, it's just chaotic. Plus there was a lot of other personal stuff that was happening. And then it just kept rolling into other things. And I was just, like I said, hoping that it would be a little calmer by now. So I'm praying that the holidays bring about a little bit of time where we can find our groove and just have some quieter moments. I usually set up my goals in a couple of different categories: faith, finances, fitness, during the homeschool year, homeschool, and then sometimes I'll throw in like video content. If you want to catch up in October, the goals, I will link that for you up in the cards if you want to see that in its entirety and know more about the high hopes I had for October. I'll link that for you, like I said. But in a nutshell, for October, I wanted to continue on with my online Bible study, and I wanted to start journaling more regularly, including gratitude and just kind of figuring out through my reading what God was speaking to me. So I did continue on with Bible study. It has been such a blessing to me to have this online group. I really love the group of ladies that God has placed me with, and it's really been fun getting to know them and studying alongside them. So for sure for November, we're going to continue on in that, but I'm hoping that I create more of a morning rhythm in November. Like I said, with all the changes in our life, plus now the seasons are changing and the time will be changing. So it is staying darker for more hours, and it is definitely colder. So that is kind of a hard time for me to switch up my morning routines. It's not a hard time, it's just time to switch it up, because when it's cold in the mornings, I'm not as likely to get out of bed. Whereas when it's warmer months, not that it's always easy to get out of bed, but the sun is up and you want to open up the windows and that kind of thing. When it's cold, it's just dark and it's cold and it's hard for me to get up. So I'd like to find a new morning rhythm for myself that includes getting up, clearly, but finding some quiet time to either pray or journal or do my study then. Maybe do multiple of those things, but I'm not going to put the pressure on me to do all of those things every morning. But I would like to do some of these things quietly before my kids wake up. I really want to get back into my journaling habit. I find that it is really good for me, but I don't know what this block I have with it is, carving out the time to do it. So I'm thinking that what I might do is create myself a sort of guided journal and just have room for me to write if I want to, just free write, but also maybe print myself out some prompts or find a journal that has prompts for me. I talked briefly about this journal in one of my videos. I believe it was in my mini reset video, so I will link that for you if you want to see that. But this journal is a daily prayer journal by the Christian Planner. If you've seen any of my Plan With Me videos, you'll know that this is the same company that I've been using for my catch-all planner. And I purchased this, oh gosh, I think they were having like a some kind of sale on it. I almost want to say it was half off, but I really like it. I got this nice yellow mustard color. It comes in different colors, and then as you open it, it just has just this really nice, there's some little crosses. It does have a ribbon bookmark, and then the back looks the same as the front. I don't think, no, there's no pockets in this one. There's a couple of note pages towards the back here. Looks like you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 dot grid note pages, and then each one has quote here. It's an undated journal, which is nice because there's no pressure to continue on in it, but they have usually some quotes here. This particular page says the highest form of prayer is to stand silently in awe before God, and that is by St. Isaac the Syrian. On this side it says the more one is united to his neighbor, the more he is united to God, and that is by St. Dorotheus. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but got some really nice ones in here. And then it's broken up with by morning. The light section here is morning, and then down here is evening. So you can come back to the journal twice a day. On the morning, it gives you just 3 boxes here for you to write the month, date, and year. And then today's prayer requests are, and then here, God, thank you for, and you have some lines, and then here today's act of kindness, and there's a little dot grid, and then down at the bottom today's blessings and or prayers answered. So in the evening you come back and you can fill this in. And while I do really like the setup of this journal, sometimes I want to write a little bit more. Sometimes I want to write a little less. So I have this journal, and then I also have just a regular lined notebook that I'm using as well. But what I'm thinking is that I'm going to create, like I said, either some prompts to print out in case I want something a little bit more to dive in deeper, or just to have something guide me a little bit more. So that is something that I'm thinking about doing to help me reach my goal of journaling more until I get into the practice of journaling more regularly. Or I may find that I really enjoy having journal prompts, and that just may be something new that I add to my rotation there. I've never really had a guided journal that I worked in frequently, so I'm trying to remember if I've ever used one, and I don't think I have. So this will be something new to me that I think I want to work on for this month. Let me know if you have guided journal prompts that you like, or if you have a journal that you really enjoy working in. If you have any suggestions or recommendations, leave them in the comments for me. I'd love to go check them out. Now for our finances, I wanted to be tracking our utilities. We needed to get current with our previous, when you move, there's bills that are like left from the previous place halfway through usually, and then you have new ones, and it kind of almost doubles up on you. And so I was just kind of playing catch up, and we still are. So we're still in that kind of, it's going to take a month or two for things to even out. And then with the changing of the seasons, our utilities are going to change as well because of heating and cooling and all that fun stuff that comes with, seasons. So I still need to be tracking, but one of the things that I definitely want to do is be utilizing my planner wallet more often. I did do a reset of that. Again, if you want to see that, I'll link that for you, where I went back in and I kind of revamped it and set it up to make it a little bit more functional for me. I think I just forgotten about so many of the tabs that I had on there. So I want to make sure that I'm using that more regularly. There are a couple things that I want to add to it. So that's something else that I'll be working on for this month. In fact, to probably write that down so I don't forget that there are things that I want to add to that. There's a couple more pages and things that I want to add to it to make it functionable, especially for the holidays. So my goal is to be working in that and utilizing it to its full capacity, I guess. The other thing is that I'd like to play a little savings challenge with myself. I'm not sure how I want to go about doing this. The first thing that came to mind was anytime I am tempted to purchase something that maybe is not a necessity, maybe it's just more of a want, or it's can be deemed a necessity, but it's not something that is needed right this moment. So for instance, if we go into the Dollar Tree, a lot of times there are things that we do need. I don't know, off the top of my head, I use dish gloves because my hands tend to get extremely dry and the water where we are is very hard, and it will get to the point where my hands will crack and bleed. So dish gloves are kind of a necessity for me, but I will go and buy 2 or 3 at a time and maybe I don't need to do that. Maybe I just need to get the one and see how that works, or set myself a budget before we go in there. Other things I'm tempted to do when we go into places like the Dollar Tree is to pick up like a toy or two for my kids that they maybe don't even need. So I think if I can avoid impulse purchases like that, picking up one too many items at the Dollar Tree, or picking up things that we don't really need, extra trips to the grocery store that are not necessary, or if there's a time when I want to call my husband and ask, can you just bring home dinner from takeout? If I suck it up and I actually make dinner, then to take that amount of money we would have spent and put it into a savings and see if I'm able to build a little savings that way. So that was one idea. I know that on Etsy and things, maybe even Pinterest, they probably have a ton of different like savings options. Again, if you have any suggestions for me, let me know. But I just want to find a way to get more on track with our savings and make it fun if I can. The other thing in our financial category that I want to do is to finalize our Christmas budget. So that means finalize wish lists and things like that, and give ourselves a budget of what we can spend. Normally we are putting in money throughout the year into a sinking fund. If you're not familiar with a sinking fund is, it's kind of a Dave Ramsey term, but it is a separate fund you have for a certain category. So for in this case, it is Christmas. We would be putting a little bit of money away in our Christmas sinking fund, and then towards the end of the year, that's whatever was in there, that's what we have to spend for Christmas gifts. This year, because so much happened to us, we just weren't able to deposit regularly into that account. So there isn't very much in there at all. And so I need to finalize the Christmas budget and see how much wiggle room we have for a budget and what we can do with that. The other categories are my fitness, homeschool, and video content. For fitness, I really, again, shot really high for October. I somehow just thought I was going to be able to get back on track and it wasn't going to be hardly any work, or I just thought it would be so much easier than it was going to be. So did I work out in October? Yes, way more than September, because I don't think I got like a solid workout in September at all. September was really a tough month. I didn't really get to work out other than like the physical packing and that kind of stuff. So for November, I would really like to get back on track with that and put myself a goal of a minimum of 3 times a week to work out, but I'm going to say 3 times a week of strength training. The other days I'd love to be able to like get a walk in or something like that, but I know myself. The snow has already started coming where we're at, and I'm still learning how to love the snow. I don't go outside very much when it does snow, and so I'm still learning how to do that. But I would love to be able to learn to love to maybe take a walk in the snow or something like that. And then again, with the colder season, it is harder for me to get my water in. And so I want to make sure that I am drinking enough water because it's just really helpful. So I want to make sure I'm drinking my water and I'm getting my body moving and strength training back into the mix here for the month of November. The other thing I need to do is get back to meal prepping. This is going to be a little bit tricky because some things are shifting with my husband's work, and so we're not quite sure. We're still in a little bit of a limbo of like what that means for his lunch. So where I would meal prep his lunch and we had a routine in set. I don't want to prep a bunch of meals and then he's not able to use them, or we have to prep it a different way for him. So that part for him is on pause, but I think it would do me well if I could get back on prepping lunch meals, at least for me, and then he can always take them if he needs them. The only thing is I like to give him extra food than what I prep myself. So that part is a little bit in limbo, but that would be like a bonus goal, if you will, like if we could get back to meal prepping as well, at least our lunches, which is typically breakfast and lunch were the only ones we were like really meal prepping separately from the kiddos. And then for our homeschool, for October, I wanted to just get back on track and reintroduce some of the curriculums that we weren't doing, some of the subjects that we had like paused on during the move. I did not get those in for October, so hopefully for November we can get that back in. But I also want to start prepping for our holiday homeschools. So what that means for us is just with the holidays coming up, we like to do some special homeschool things. And so I want to make sure that I have some stuff already prepped and planned out. If we get to it all, that would actually be a miracle. I always over prep. I have like way more plans than what we get to, but that's okay because we have plenty to choose from. So I want to make sure that I get that kind of prepped out, or at least planned out on paper, of the things that I'm hoping we're gonna do. This, I think, is gonna be more of a family type meeting. I'm gonna talk to the kiddos and ask them what kind of things they really enjoy about the holidays in our homeschool and our family time. I'm using homeschool, but really it's just family times. We've already started talking. We started talking about movie studies and things like that that we want to make sure that we're doing. We really enjoy movie studies. It's just fun. I need to get our homeschool stuff unpacked. I need to see if I can reintroduce the subjects that we dropped off on, and then I want to start preparing for our homeschooling holiday bonanza, whatever it is. And then lastly is video content. I don't really have too many plans other than, I should say, how many videos I would like to get out. Last month, I think I wanted to put out 3 videos a week. I don't know if I said 2 or 3. No, 3. 3 videos a week because I put out content. I try to put out content Sunday, Monday, and Friday. For October, I exceeded that, and I was able to get out Wednesday videos as well. So if you haven't caught those, here's your chance. Hit that subscribe button. It helps us so much. Also, the like button. If you like the video, if there's anything entertaining in here for you, hit that like button. It really helps me and this little channel so much, and I really do appreciate it. But for December, or for November, I want to just finalize and see if I want to do Vlogmas. Last year we did Vlogmas for the very first time. I called it Vlogmas-ish because I think I did from the 1st to the 24th. I had a video out, but it wasn't necessarily a vlog. Every video wasn't a vlog. Some were just like videos I was able to film ahead of time, and I just made sure I had a new video out every day from December 1st to the 24th. I think I made it to the 24th. I have to go back and check. Here's the playlist if you want to catch up on that. But let me know if you want us to do that this year. In November, I have to make a decision. That's what I want to do. I just want to decide if that's something I want to commit to, or if this year we just won't. But I'm not going to, past that, I'm not going to make any other goals for our video content, because I feel like that in itself, if we plan for Vlogmas, that is going to make for a busy December. And that is it. That's all the goals that I'm going to set out for the month of November. I don't know what month I said there, but it's supposed to be for the month of November. Let me know if you're making any goals, how I can be cheering you on, if you're setting your monthly goals, if you're just taking a break for the remainder of the year, which is truly understandable. It makes me feel a little bit better. I think it just honestly helps some of the anxiety too, just to get this stuff on paper and give myself some kind of inspiration to hit for, something to aim for, right? I don't hit all the goals and intentions, but these are the intentions that I have for the month of November. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. And as always, if you don't know, or maybe you just need to be reminded, may please be the one to tell you that you are deeply and truly loved and so appreciated. I truly appreciate you taking your time out of the day or evening or whenever and spending it here with me. Thank you so much for watching.